Hi guys, I'm back with another video. Today we are going to focus on states. You are in your wish fulfilled. You're acting as if. You are feeling from. You are thinking from. And you are living from the end. That is a state. You already have what it is that you desire. So you're living from that experience. It's first going to be something you're experiencing within, such as a feeling, a knowing, a visualization. You can use affirmations. You can write it down. You can do whatever it is that you need to do. But what we're going to focus on is the state of the wish fulfilled and also how to deal with staying there when the 3D is showing you maybe pieces of your manifestation or not the complete wish fulfilled, and how to stay in the faith and trusting the process while it's unfolding in your reality. So first, you need to understand that in order to manifest something, you have to inwardly believe, know, feel as if it's already done. You cannot allow your logical mind or your old story to come in and give you doubts, give you fears, tell you to look at the 3D, try to prove that it's not working. You have to stay committed to yourself. And this is why I always say your inner relationship is the most important. That's why when I do coaching, I help people realize that the focus is always from within, because we're always creating from within. We're not doing anything outwardly to someone, to something, to get what it is that we desire. It's all coming from within. So once you have that solidified and you know the power and the creation is within you, and that relationship within you is so strong, there's nothing that is out of your reach for desire, creation, etc. So let's take an example of a relationship, a person, or even money, or an appearance change, or health. When you know and you're living from and you feel as if your desire is already within you, your 3D is going to start to show you little pieces of hints, little movement. For example, if you're manifesting a solidified relationship or a commitment, you may start to receive text messages, or the person may start to interact with you differently. And this is the middle, and this is the part that you don't want to go into the 3D and try to manipulate to get the full manifestation. You just go within, you stay in your assumption of the end, which is living from already having the commitment, already having the relationship, already having the money or the feeling of security or the feeling of financial, stability, whatever it is that you desire. You have to feel these feelings inside, and your energy, your identity is going to start to shift. And when you shift, your outer person or the outer thing is going to shift and mirror that back. So let's take an example. I'll give you a success story. Someone I was working with, and by the way, I've already done all these things, so I'm speaking from experience of doing this within and having it reflect back, because everything that I'm teaching, I've already had failures and successes and figured it out and know how to get you there. Okay, I'm not just speaking from the idea of it. I actually did it. But I'm going to give you a success story of a client. She was manifesting a specific person a relationship, a commitment from someone. She had been struggling with getting this person to show up properly as a monogamous person, giving her love, commitment, time, treating her well, taking her out, dinner, whatever it is that she was desiring from this. Prior to this, he was dating other people. He was not treating her the way she desired. He was acting as if making her feel small, all these things. So then we did some work together, and I told her to ignore all the circumstances from the past and just focus on the version of him that loves her, adores her. They're already married. I said, make the assumption you're already married, you're already in a commitment, and how would that look? How would it feel? How would you act if you were already his wife? If you already were being treated this way, if you were already being taken care of, if you were already being taken out to dinner, if you were already, being committed to, and a loyalty and everything else that she wanted from this relationship. No more other people, no more third parties, whatever. So she did these assumptions, and we did, several coaching calls together. And then recently, in the past couple weeks, things have significantly changed. They are together. They are spending more time together. He asked her to move in. He's taken her out for dinner. He's cooked her dinner. There's no other women around or romantic people. It's just them, and they're in this coupling phase. A couple things came up, and we had to do a couple coaching things on it that she didn't prefer, and we dealt with it. And she stayed in the process of the end inside her state. She wavered a little bit, got back into it, and he kept showing up differently every time she stayed in that solidified state. It didn't happen overnight. The changes came in pieces, and then the full manifestation of the commitment and asking to move in came pretty quickly, like within a couple weeks of them being together, because she no longer said yes to her old story inside. She knew she was creating, so when anything else would creep in, she was like, no, I don't prefer this. I'm not choosing this inside myself. I am in a committed, loving relationship, and that's the only thing I'm accepting inside myself. Any of the old stuff that tried to come in from the 3D, she didn't react to it, meaning she didn't give awareness to it. She didn't give a lot of attention to it, so it didn't grow. She took her attention off of it and put her focus back within on the version that she desired. And this is exactly what I teach, and this is exactly what I did to get what I wanted, because when we put attention on something that we don't love, we don't prefer, we're giving it more, room to show up again. The old story is going to become, the main character, if you will. But when you say no and you don't look at it and you don't dwell on it and you just say, oh, okay, this is coming up because I still have to go within and do a little bit more work and get even more solid in my state so this no longer shows up for me, you're going to start to see your movement. So the key takeaway is when you shift inside, when you shift to your new identity, when you shift and stay in your state, your wish fulfilled, your assumption, and you don't waver and you continuously come back to it and you don't let the 3D throw you off, you're going to get what it is that you desire. There's no question. But it takes persistence, it takes awareness, it takes work, it takes commitment, and you have to believe in yourself. Your inner relationship has to be number one. If you want coaching, if you want to get your desires, if you want to get there without, struggling, I do have coaching available. I can do emails, DMs, and coaching calls. So I hope this video helps. If you want me to speak on something else, let me know. I am going to come back and talk more about maybe success and health, because I kind of went off on a